Good morning. Say, this is the first time I've had technical difficulties in I don't know how long, so I'm just a tad bit late from my 8:30 start. So hopefully you'll find that I am finally here. I turned my phone off and turned it back on, and anyway, so here I am. Today I am going to be playing with Stampin' Up's Fine Art Floral Suite, and I'm going to be creating or recreating a card that I made for Stampin' Up's Maui Achievers blog hop that went live yesterday. And it's not normally, good morning, Beth. You saw my card yesterday. It's not normally the kind of card that I make. I'm usually really clean and simple. And this one just, this caught my eye, and I had to share with you all the little details that are on it. Good morning, Andrea. Oh, I hope you're staying warm in Minnesota, Wisconsin. Close. They're all cold. They're all cold. So, all right. I am going to turn my camera down, and I will show you all the little details of this card. Good morning, Gina. Thanks for popping in today, everyone. Like I say, I'm a little bit late, but I'm here. So here we go. Let's see, there we go. So this is the card that I created for the Maui Achievers, good morning, Sue, blog hop that went live yesterday. So I've just, unlike many people, I've just started playing with the products in the Fine Art Floral Suite. You can find it starting on page 32 of Stampin' Up's January through June mini catalog. So usually when I need inspiration for a card, I'll go to Pinterest and I'll look on Facebook and see what I can find. But this time I went right to the catalog. Good morning, Kim, and good morning, Linda. Awesome, you're off work today. Enjoy. I hope you get some time to craft. So for the inspiration for this card, I was running through the catalog, looking at the Fine Art Floral Suite, because I thought, oh, I haven't gotten those, I haven't gotten that stuff out. And I saw these teeny little cards, these 3x3 cards in the top corner, and I thought, wow, isn't that a really cool use of that, the gorgeous garden, it's called the Golden Garden Designer Specialty Acetate. So I thought, well, that's really a unique use for that. Let me see if I can make that into a full-size card. So that's what I did, and I'll show you the bits and pieces about that and how I work around that. I went, oh, I don't have that little piece right here. So what could I use? So I was able to find something in my current products that would work. So it's kind of a thought process of how a new card goes together. So take a peek at that. The pieces include, so it's your regular pool party base. And then it was the painted texture 3D embossing folder onto that same pool party 5 1/4 by 4. So I embossed that and got that all ready to go. Then I had used one of the stitched shapes, circles, on that Golden Garden Designer Specialty Acetate paper. So I have that piece. And then I needed that little piece here, and so that's in Petal Pink, and I found that strip in the Stitched Be Mine framelit sets, so that's kind of fun. There were a few others that would have worked, but I just didn't happen to have them in my stash at this point. So let me see, that measures right about 5 inches, and it's really teeny. It's probably 1/4 of an inch. So that's all ready to go. And then of course, then I have my linen thread, and then I have some scraps on which I was going to stamp. So the colors on here, I will start by stamping the colors. They're photopolymer stamps, the totally see-through stamps. So I'm going to use Stampin' Up's Pierce Mat for that. There's the Art Gallery stamp set. And it has coordinating dies. So for that flower, we've got that die. And we have that die for this one. And then for this little one, for some of those. And then bigger one for that. And there's a leaf die. And then there's also the words that say just wanted to. So I've used those. I have a couple of card samples to share with you afterward too of other cards that I've made. And here's the other little piece I have. This is for the sentiment. And that, again, very small, 1/4 of an inch by 2 on Whisper White. So we'll kind of put those pieces aside. For this card, you do need to stamp this flower twice. So for the leaves on the bottom, let's see if I can get ink all over myself just starting. But, all right, so here's my scrap. And I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz to start. And I will stamp this once on Pear Pizzazz. And then I'm going to set that aside because now we'll work on the flower piece. And I did the base of the flower. Good morning, Monica. Thanks for popping in today. I did the base of the flower in Petal Pink. So I'm going to do the Petal Pink and stamp it right onto here. Oh, Sue, you've been playing with it too. I'd love to see what you make. The one thing I haven't tried from this set, and I have it and I'm bound and determined to use it, are the Gilded Leafing Embellishments. So I hear that it can be super fun, but it could be messy. And then we'll need the little, to add some color on those leaves. So this is a 2-step stamp set, meaning that you use 2 stamps to create the different images. So on top of that Petal Pink, I am using the Poppy Parade. And this is one of those that we're going to get close, but it just goes right on. It's kind of an abstract. So I'm going to stamp that one there. It's so pretty. Okay. And then the third one here. And it's just amazing when you think about all the different color combinations that you could make with these flowers. It's limitless. And I'll show you some of the other ones at the end. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for popping in today. And Mary Kay. So what I would do next is cut these out with my my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And so I thought ahead and I did that. So those are the pieces that I have there. All right, so to layer the flowers, thank you. I just trimmed the flowers out, just using my Stampin' Up paper snip. I'll cut one of the flowers off here. Kind of finding the little edges, and I can trim them a little bit later, but it's really not too fussy. But it just adds so much to the card with those flowers with the green. So that's gonna layer here, and that one will layer here, and let me get this other one trimmed up for you. See if I can do a decent job with that while I'm trying to, okay, seemed to go faster when I wasn't filming, but okay. And so that would go here. So I'm just going to use a teeny bit of glue, and you could probably also use glue dots, but I'm just going to set a little bit of glue on here. But the reason that the glue works so well is that, it doesn't dry right away, so you could move that around if you didn't get that exactly where you wanted it. So I'm just transforming that flower right here. I'm going to set it right on top. All right. Yeah, I would have, that's why I love the card sample. I would have never thought of this idea either. It's like, you look in the samples, you go, I wonder how they did that. And I wonder how they got that, that double look to it without, there we go. All right, I'm going to set that aside. And let's do our stamping with our happy birthday. That's I also did that in the Poppy Parade. And then I will be able to start putting it together, because there were some little tricky parts to putting it together too. So I can kind of give you some tips on that if you want to hang in there with me. And then the big bonus at the end is also the samples that I've of some other cards. I'm kind of okay, I'll call myself weird. I am a little strange, but what I'll do is I'll take one stamp set out and I'll work with it and then put it away. So this is what I'm working on this week, and it's just kind of fun to see what I can create with that. So I'm going to put that aside. The glue dots were my friend for this project. And the Stampin' Dimensionals. So the first thing I'm going to do is put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my flower unit here. Okay. And then I can place that on my card, or on my, I'm going to put it on right on that, this piece of acetate. That acetate's absolutely beautiful, and I just put in another order for some more of that. So I've got that going there. All right, so then let's move to the card. The next step I'm going to is put the baker's linen thread. I always want to call this baker's twine. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for popping in. Maybe I'll do 20 inches. And then I'm just going to wrap this around the card. And I will wrap it around the card sooner or later. I should have the power of modern, where I've had this all ready to go. But then I couldn't show you how. So I'm just going to wrap it around a couple times. Tie a bow. Probably don't have enough on that little end, but let's say we do. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to want that right about here. And get that tight. All right. So the reason that I put the dimensionals on is so I know where I could put some glue dots, so they will be hidden and you won't see them through the acetate, and you can stick them behind the flowers and no one will see them. So I'm going to just use my scissor tip to pull a few of the little glue dots off and stick them on here, so I will be able to put the acetate down flat. A couple more. Okay, all right, so then I'm going to flip that over and put that on the front of my card. Okay. Because I know I've got glue dots down there. Okay. I think I got them on there anyway. All right, I did. And then we'll place our little, remember our little petal pink border? So I'm going to place some glue dots on the back of that as well. I love my glue dots because then I can just Oh, I'm getting them hooked into the tails on my shirt here. Okay. I know it's a little tedious watching me try to put all these little glue dots on here, but it's just part of the process. It's fun to just see how it all went together. For me, I was surprised too, because I'm just really, as I've mentioned before, pretty much clean and simple stamper, but when something like this comes together, inspired by the catalog, Stampin' Up! Has some awesome concept artists, so it's really fun to see what they come up with. Now, the little pink thing goes on top of the acetate, but under the flower. So that's kind of the trick with that, and then to make sure it bumps up with your baker's twine. Okay, there we go. All right, there's that. And then I did use, I'm going to cut these in half, the Stampin' Dimensionals to pop up the sentiment on top of the flowers. Peel that off. Okay. Super fun, and it's a lot easier than it maybe looks from the outside. And now, how did I want to... Nope. Oh, then you take one thing off and then it all comes apart. But I kind of want it right here. All right. So then it's just time to fold our pool party base in half. Apply our Stampin' Seal. And I just put a new one in. It works better if I don't use that. Pierce mat. So I do prefer the Stampin' Seal Plus. Goes on pretty easy for me. And it sticks. That's the main thing. When we're making cards, we don't want them to fall apart when they're in the mail or when you take them out to use them. All right. And just place that right on the front. And I have created a beautiful birthday card and I love to send birthday cards. If you're not currently if I don't have your birthday, message me with your address and I'd be happy to send one out, because I love, love, love for people to get Happy Mail. All right, so there we go. That's my card that I made for the Maui Achievers blog hop. Pretty happy with it. Love that Golden Garden Designer Series Specialty Acetate. I'll show you another card made with that coming up. All right, my card samples. So this one made with the, this is all using the pieces from the Fine Art Gallery. So this is the Art Gallery bundle. This was a birthday card made by Angela Schmidt in Nebraska. She sent this to me for my birthday, and it's a kind of a fun fold. So it uses the Designer Series paper, the two-step stamp, and the birthday, and the embossing folder, and we added a few little rhinestones on there. So that was a birthday card. Oh, and the ribbon, that ribbon is absolutely gorgeous too. It's just called the Fine Art Ribbon, and it just has a little bit of glitter and glimmer in it, and I love that. Another fun fold, I was playing around with the different pieces of the Designer Series paper. Thank you, everyone. These are really fun cards. So that's just a different fun fold. I think maybe next week I'll do a video. I'll come live and do the fun fold with some different papers and different designs to show you how it all works. So again, it's just all the same elements, but it totally gives you a totally different look. The Painted Texture 3D embossing folder, I did stamp and then cut out both the leaves and the flower with the thank you sentiment. So that's really a fun one. That's a Mossy Meadow. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber of mine, every month I send out a Paper Pumpkin thank you note. And this is what I made for the cards this week. This was my gateway card. This was my very first card that I made this week with this stamp set. So again, that's the designer series paper and all of the elements. So I made about quite a bit, a handful of those, and sent those out too with the ribbon and just a little classic layout. Okay, the next card was created by Ginger, and I'm thinking of you. Same elements, designer series paper, the two-step stamps, the sentiment, cutting that out with the die cut. Thank you. They are so pretty, and it's just really a pretty sweet, with lots of coordinating projects that make it easy to be successful in your card making. All right. Actually, Ginger made this next card too. This is the one that I was talking about with the acetate. So with the designer series, good morning, Wendy. So you see the designer series paper under here, and then the acetate coordinates with that. So if you cut it correctly, it will layer right on top of that designer series paper. So fun. I tried that yesterday with the whole sheet of the acetate, and it works out super slick. Changed up the sentiment, stitched so sweetly. And then that ribbon. I'm almost out of the ribbon. It's just the fine art ribbon again. All right, the other element to this suite are the die cut words, just want to say. So this is just something I threw together because I wanted to use the words in a way with the designer series paper. They do cut out all separately. It's not all. It may look like all one die on the sheet, but it's not. It's all separate words. So what I decided was the easiest was to use the Stampin' Up's, good morning, Debbie, adhesive sheets underneath it, and then it made it really easy to get them on the paper. But to get them on straight is something else. And then I I heat embossed the sentiment in white on the black paper. And then one of the other things I really love to do is color the pearls and the rhinestones with the Stampin' Blends. But so as you can, I've got some really awesome fun cards with the Fine Art Floral Suite. I have not nearly scratched the surface on all of the things that you can do with it, but I got started anyway, and I'm going to be looking forward to trying the Gilded leafing today, try to keep it contained in its container without it flying all over. So there's the card that I created today, and I did feature it on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. So you can go there and look. If you have any questions about how this card came together or you need measurements, please let me know. And I'm really super excited. You guys helped me get to 199 YouTube subscribers. So I'm almost to 200. I can't believe it was just a short time ago that I was looking for my first 100 so I could name my channel. But thanks to everyone for faithfully popping in every week and watching me create. I will be back next Tuesday at 8:30, and I think I will be doing a few different varieties of this fun fold card and giving you some directions and measurements for that. Again, have an awesome day, and take care, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.